Hey everyone, welcome back to the Stoic Inspire channel. In today's video, I'll share 10 steps you can take if your girlfriend is doing no contact with you. These tips will help you handle the situation with maturity, confidence, and focus. Let's dive in. Number 1. Focus on self-improvement. This is your golden opportunity to shift the focus away from the relationship and onto yourself. Think about it. This might be the first time in a while where you have the chance to step back and invest fully in becoming the best version of you. Start with your physical health. Hit the gym, go for a run, or try out a new sport. Exercise doesn't just make you look better, it also boosts your confidence and releases stress-reducing endorphins, which are critical when you're navigating tough emotions. But self-improvement isn't just about looking good. It's about growing mentally and emotionally too. Dive into books or podcasts that teach you about personal growth, relationships, or even mindfulness. Journaling is another great way to reflect on your thoughts and learn more about yourself. And let's not forget your career or education. This is the time to take that online course, work on that promotion, or explore a passion you've been neglecting. The beauty of self-improvement is that it not only makes you more attractive to others, but it also helps you realize your worth, whether she comes back or not. Remember, focusing on yourself doesn't mean you're giving up on the relationship. It means you're prioritizing your growth, which is the best thing you can do for yourself and any future relationship. So, use this time wisely, embrace the journey, and you might just surprise yourself with how much stronger and more confident you become. Number 2, respect her boundaries. This is one of the hardest parts because your natural instinct is to reach out, explain yourself, or even just check in to see how she's doing. But let me tell you, ignoring her need for space will only push her further away. No contact is a time for her to process her emotions, reflect on the relationship, and decide what she truly wants. If you try to break that boundary by calling, texting, or even showing up unannounced, it can come across as desperate or disrespectful. You need to show her that you value her decision and trust her ability to think things through without interference. It also gives you the chance to reflect on the relationship without clouding things with constant communication. Remember, boundaries are not just about her, they're also about you. By respecting her space, you're setting an example of emotional maturity and self-control, which are incredibly attractive qualities. Instead of focusing on what she's doing, use this time to focus on yourself and trust the process. If she sees that you're giving her the space she needs, she's more likely to view you in a positive light. But even if the relationship doesn't work out, respecting her boundaries shows that you're someone who can handle situations with dignity and grace. So take a deep breath, step back, and give her the room to think, feel, and heal. It's the best thing you can do for both of you. Number 3, reflect on the relationship. This isn't about overanalyzing her actions or trying to figure out what she's thinking. It's about turning the mirror inward and taking an honest look at the dynamics of your relationship. Start by asking yourself some tough but necessary questions. What went well in the relationship? What didn't? Were there recurring issues or patterns that led to arguments or dissatisfaction? And most importantly, what role did you play in those situations? Self-reflection isn't about blaming yourself or your partner. It's about taking responsibility for your actions and understanding how they impacted the relationship. For example, were there times when you took her for granted, didn't communicate effectively, or let small issues pile up without addressing them? Or maybe you over-prioritized the relationship at the expense of your own needs and personal growth. On the flip side, think about her actions too. Were her expectations reasonable? Did she communicate openly? By honestly evaluating the relationship, you'll gain clarity on what worked, what didn't, and what needs to change if there's a chance to reconcile. And if the relationship doesn't restart, this self-awareness will help you build healthier, stronger connections in the future. The key here is to avoid self-pity or resentment. This isn't about dwelling on what you've lost, but about learning and growing from the experience. Reflecting on the relationship is a powerful way to mature emotionally and take steps toward becoming a better partner in the future, whether it's with her or someone new. Number 4. Stay busy now. I know it can feel like the world is falling apart when you're in this space of uncertainty, but trust me, the last thing you want to do is sit around, overthinking, and waiting for her to reach out. Staying busy doesn't mean you're avoiding your emotions or pretending everything is fine. It's about channeling your energy into productive and fulfilling activities that help you move forward, no matter the outcome. First off, focus on personal growth. Whether it's working on your fitness, learning a new skill, or starting a side project, keeping your mind and body occupied with something positive helps you build momentum and confidence. Sign up for a class you've always wanted to take, pick up a new hobby, or commit to a fitness goal. This could be anything from hitting the gym more regularly to mastering an instrument, or even something creative like painting or writing. The goal is to fill your time with things that give you a sense of accomplishment and joy. And it doesn't just stop there. Focus on your career or education. Maybe there's a promotion you've been working toward, or you've been meaning to expand your skill set. Now is the perfect time to dive deep into that. Whether it's upgrading your resume, working on a portfolio, or learning something new that could advance your career, staying busy with work-related goals will help you feel more in control of your life. But there's more to staying busy than just productivity. It's about investing in your social life and well-being too. Spend time with friends, family, or even join new groups or communities where you can meet like-minded people. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive individuals helps keep your mood up and prevents you from becoming isolated or consumed by negative thoughts. This period of busyness also gives you the space to heal. By focusing on building a fuller life for yourself, you're not only distracting yourself from the pain, but also creating a stronger foundation for your future, whether that involves reconciling with her or continuing on your own journey. Remember, time is your ally in this process. The more you stay busy, the less likely you are to fixate on the situation, and the more you'll realize that your happiness and fulfillment don't depend on someone else. It's about taking control of your life and creating a future that you're proud of, regardless of what happens with the relationship. Number 5. Avoid obsessing over her actions. I know it's tempting. Your mind wants answers. Is she thinking about me? Is she moving on? Is she talking to someone else? These questions can eat away at you, and before you know it, you're stuck in a spiral of overthinking. But here's the thing. Obsessing over her actions does absolutely nothing to change the situation. In fact, it only makes things worse by keeping you trapped in a cycle of anxiety and self-doubt. You need to remind yourself that you have no control over her actions or thoughts, only over how you choose to respond to this situation. Instead of stalking her social media, checking her last scene, or analyzing every little thing she's said or done in the past, take a step back and focus on yourself. Every time you catch your mind drifting into the what-ifs, bring it back to the present moment. Ask yourself, what can I do right now that will make me feel better or help me grow? It could be as simple as going for a walk, reading a book, or knocking out a task you've been putting off. You see, obsessing over her actions takes away your power. It puts your happiness and self-worth in her hands, and that's not where it belongs. This is a chance for you to reclaim your emotional independence. By letting go of the need to know what she's doing or thinking, you're freeing yourself from unnecessary stress and pain. And here's the best part. When you stop obsessing and start focusing on yourself, you naturally become more attractive. You radiate confidence, independence, and emotional strength. Whether she notices or not, you'll feel better knowing that you've taken control of your narrative. So, the next time you're tempted to check her Instagram or overanalyze her silence, remember this: her actions don't define you. What defines you is how you choose to handle this moment. Shift your focus inward and watch how much lighter and more empowered you start to feel. Number 6, maintain emotional control. When someone you care about pulls away, it's natural to feel a whirlwind of emotions: hurt, anger, sadness, confusion, or even panic. These emotions can feel overwhelming, and if you're not careful, they can lead you to act impulsively, sending an emotional text, calling her late at night, or even trying to force a conversation when she's not ready. But here's the thing: losing emotional control will not help you or the situation. Instead, it can push her further away and leave you feeling worse. So, how do you manage those emotions? First, acknowledge them. Pretending you're fine or bottling up your feelings will only backfire later. It's okay to feel hurt or upset. It's part of the process. But once you've acknowledged those emotions, the key is to channel them productively. Journaling can help. Write down exactly how you're feeling without judgment. Or, if writing isn't your thing, talk it out with someone you trust, like a friend, family member, or therapist. Next, focus on grounding techniques to keep yourself calm in the moment. When you feel your emotions spiraling out of control, try deep breathing exercises or meditation. Even something as simple as a 5-minute breathing session can help you regain composure. Exercise is another powerful tool. Not only does it release feel-good endorphins, but it also gives you a healthy outlet for releasing pent-up frustration or sadness. And most importantly, remind yourself of the bigger picture. Emotional control is about showing yourself and her that you're strong enough to handle this situation with maturity and grace. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but about responding thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Remember, this period of no contact is temporary. How you handle it now can set the tone for whatever happens next, whether that's reconciliation or moving on. So take it one day at a time, focus on staying balanced, and trust that maintaining emotional control is one of the best things you can do for yourself and your future. Number 7, leverage a support system. I know it can feel like you're alone in this, but you don't have to go through it by yourself. The people around you, whether it's friends, family, or even a therapist, can provide the emotional support and perspective you need during this challenging time. Sometimes, when we're in the midst of heartache, we can't see the bigger picture or think clearly. This is where your support system comes in. They can be a sounding board for your feelings, offer advice when you're stuck, or simply listen when you need to vent. It's essential to reach out to people you trust, people who have your best interest at heart, and let them help you through this emotional roller coaster. Don't be afraid to share your struggles and feelings. True friends and family want to see you happy and healthy, and they'll be there to remind you of your worth when you start doubting yourself. Having a support system also gives you a sense of community and belonging, which is vital when you feel disconnected or isolated during no contact. And don't underestimate the power of professional support. A therapist or counselor can help you work through your emotions in a safe and structured way. They can offer tools and coping mechanisms that allow you to process the pain in a healthy manner, rather than bottling it up or lashing out. Also, having someone outside of the situation gives you a neutral perspective, which can help you understand the situation more clearly and decide on your next steps. Remember, you don't have to carry this burden alone. Reach out to your support system. They want to help you heal and become stronger, and sometimes their perspective is exactly what you need to get through this tough time with clarity and emotional resilience. Number 8. Set personal goals. When you're emotionally invested in a relationship and it suddenly goes quiet, it can feel like your world is on pause. But this is actually the perfect opportunity to refocus your energy and set clear, meaningful goals that can help you grow and move forward, no matter the outcome with your girlfriend. Start by thinking about areas of your life that you want to improve. Maybe it's your fitness. Set a goal to work out a certain number of times per week or aim to run a specific distance. Perhaps it's your career. Maybe you've been meaning to apply for a new job, finish that project, or learn a new skill to advance your professional life. Setting these tangible goals gives you a sense of purpose and direction, which can counter the feelings of confusion or uncertainty you might be experiencing during no contact. It's not just about productivity, it's about building a life that feels rewarding and fulfilling, regardless of what happens in your relationship. Setting personal goals also helps you regain control over your life. When you have something to focus on, whether it's mastering a new hobby, improving your health, or growing in your career, you're investing in yourself and creating positive momentum. Even small goals can have a big impact on your confidence and mindset. For example, aim to read a certain number of books or start journaling regularly to help process your emotions. Achieving these goals will show you that you're capable of growth and progress, even when faced with challenging situations. And remember, personal goals aren't just about professional success or self-improvement. They can be about your emotional and mental well-being too. Set goals to practice gratitude, develop healthier habits, or strengthen your emotional resilience. This period of no contact isn't just about waiting. It's about using the time to build a better version of yourself, one step at a time. So, take this opportunity seriously, set your personal goals, stay committed, and watch how they transform not only your life, but your perspective on everything. Number 9. Avoid contact or checking in. When your girlfriend is doing no contact, one of the hardest but most important things to do is avoid reaching out or checking in. I know it might feel unbearable at times, the temptation to send that text, make that call, or even casually check her social media to see if she's thinking about you. But here's the thing, every time you break no contact, you disrupt the space she needs, and you only prolong the emotional roller coaster. Constantly reaching out doesn't give her the chance to process her feelings or reflect on the relationship. It also makes you appear desperate, which isn't attractive, and can potentially push her further away. By respecting the no contact rule and avoiding contact, you're demonstrating emotional maturity, self-control, and respect for her boundaries. More importantly, you're showing that you can handle this situation without relying on her for validation or reassurance. Instead of checking in or texting her, use this time to focus on yourself. Whether it's investing in your personal growth, spending quality time with friends and family, or diving into hobbies and passions. Every time you resist the urge to contact her, you're reclaiming your emotional independence. It's tough, I know, but not reaching out allows you to regain control over your emotions and, in turn, gives you the strength to handle whatever outcome lies ahead. So, if you're tempted to reach out, remind yourself that no contact isn't just about giving her space. It's about respecting both your needs and her process. This is your time to grow, heal, and give her the space she needs to figure things out on her own. Trust the process, stay strong, and use this time wisely to build a better version of yourself. Number 10. Prepare for all outcomes. One of the most crucial things you can do during a no-contact period is to prepare yourself for all possible outcomes. I know it's hard to think beyond the immediate emotional pain of not hearing from her, but it's essential to get into the mindset that, regardless of what happens, you will be okay. No contact doesn't always lead to reconciliation. It might bring the clarity and space needed to move on, and while that can be painful, it's also a chance for you to grow stronger and healthier on your own. Preparing for all outcomes means mentally and emotionally bracing yourself for the reality that things might not return to how they were, and you have to be ready to accept that. This doesn't mean you're giving up hope, but you're being realistic. Start by shifting your focus inward. Take this time to reflect, grow, and set new personal goals, as we've discussed earlier. Rebuilding your own life, independent of her, means you'll be in a much better position whether or not you reconcile. On the flip side, there's always the possibility that the no-contact period will lead to a renewed connection, with both of you having gained clarity and growth from the space. But if you're not emotionally prepared for the possibility that it might not work out, you'll find yourself stuck and frustrated. The reality is, life goes on, and your happiness and fulfillment shouldn't rely on someone else. Preparing yourself for all outcomes allows you to regain control of your emotional state and move forward with resilience. Remember, the time apart isn't just about what happens with her, it's about what happens with you. So, no matter the outcome, take the time now to build a life that you can be proud of, and trust that you have the strength to handle whatever the future brings. Thank you so much for watching and being part of today's journey. I hope these 10 steps have helped you gain clarity and strength during this difficult time. Remember, no matter what happens, this period of no contact isn't just about what's happening with her. It's about rediscovering yourself and building a stronger, more resilient version of who you are. Stay focused on your personal growth, respect the process, and trust that you're capable of handling whatever the future brings. If you found value in this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights on navigating life's challenges with Stoic wisdom. Take care, stay strong, and as always, embrace the journey. I'll see you in the next one.